So very welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on Unstable TV, do not forget to
like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell, and if you're a returning viewer, hi.
We've seen a lot of suggestions in our comment section for our Muslim reactions playlist and our recent Islam videos. And what suggestion have we got today, Danielle?
Today, James, we're going to be checking out, I don't know why I said it like that, 10 surprising facts about Mary in Islam.
So we're always eager to learn more, and we love learning with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this for ourselves and you guys. Let's go.
Miriam, aka Mary, the mother of Jesus, is not just a prominent figure in the religion of Christianity, but also in the religion of Islam. And in this episode, we're going to be exploring 10 surprising facts about Mary according to Islam. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and now we've done videos about Jesus according to the religion of Islam before, and quite a bit of you asked for us to do a video on Mary, the mother of Jesus, according to the religion of Islam. So some of these facts may sound familiar, especially if you've seen our videos about Jesus in the religion of Islam, but either way, I still want you to watch from 10 all the way down to number 1 so you don't miss any of them. So starting with fact number 10, she gave birth to Jesus although she was a virgin. It's a popular belief in Christianity, but it's also found in the religion of Islam as well. According to the Quran, Surah 19 verses 20 to 21, it says this: she said, "How can I have a boy while no man has touched me and I have not been unchaste?" He said, "Thus it will be, your Lord says, it is easy for me." Also, because she gave birth while being a virgin, she was falsely accused of infidelity. One passage in the Quran says this: she brought him, Jesus, to her people, carrying him. They said, "O Mary, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented. O sister of Aaron, your father was not a man of evil, nor was your mother unchaste." So of course, they have the questions like, hey, you're a virgin. Where'd you get a baby from? Fact number 8, according to the religion of Islam, she was also chosen by Allah above all women. And this belief is based from the Quran, Surah 3 verses 42, that goes, "When the angel said, O Mary, indeed Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you above the women of the worlds." And this is probably why there is an entire chapter based on Mary in the Quran. And this is fact number 7. Her name is actually the central focal point of the 19th chapter of the Quran, and is titled Surah Maryam. And in fact, Mary is the only woman that's actually referred to by her first name in all of the Quran. So Muslims view this as a very honorable status that was granted to her. And usually it's mostly prophets of God as well as messengers and angels who have their first names mentioned in the Quran. Mary was also someone who experienced miracles right in front of her eyes. She experienced many of them continuously, as a matter of fact. In the Quran, Surah 3 verses 37, this is what it says: "Every time Zachariah entered upon her in the prayer chamber, he found with her provision. He said, 'O Mary, from where is this coming to you?' She said, 'It is Allah. Indeed, Allah provides for whom he wills without account.'" So Muslim scholars do agree that this text shows that food and sustenance were miraculously given to her from God regularly, seemingly out of nowhere. Also, guys, I just wanted to mention, like I did say that we did a video about facts about Jesus according to the religion of Islam. I do recommend you check that video out after you finish watching this video. I'll link to it below in the video description section. Very interesting, a lot of similarities to Christianity and some differences. Yeah, it's very fascinating. Also, I'm going to link to a playlist of videos that we've done about different people throughout history up until the present day. I recommend that playlist, especially if you want to learn a lot more about people from different parts of the world. Continuing now with fact number 5, there's another passage about Mary in the Quran that kind of gives you a sense of her character. So Surah 66 verses 12 says this: "And Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity, she believed in the words of her Lord and his scriptures and was devoutly obedient." So of course, like I did mention earlier in this episode, she was chaste, she guarded her chastity very well, but Mary was also very pious, meaning that she was very dedicated to her religion, and she also lived a modest life. The next thing to note is that according to popular Muslim belief, Mary is one of the 2 most important women in the religion of Islam. There was a woman by the name of Fatima who was the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, as well as the wife of Ali ibn Abi Talib, and she's probably probably the most important, or at least the most well-known female figure in Islam. So much so that Fatima was given the title of Al-Zahra, meaning the illustrious. Mary, however, she's the dominant female figure in the Quran. So for most religions looking in, they wouldn't necessarily associate Mary so much so with the religion of Islam, but from the Islamic perspective, Mary is held in such high regard in the religion. Next up at number 3, it's a historical fact relating to Mary. When some of the early Muslims were actually fleeing persecution in Mecca in 615, they fled to King Negus of Abyssinia, which is now modern Ethiopia, and this was a Christian kingdom. So when the king then went and asked them for an account of this new faith, which was Islam, Jafar ibn Abi Talib, he recited the Quran, and that's taken from Surah 19 verses 16 to 21 about Mary. So the king heard this and he recognized that there's a lot of similarities to Christianity, so what he did was he offered Muslims asylum and protection during the time of persecution because of this. For fact number 2, it's interesting to note that in several places in the Middle East, including places like Turkey, Lebanon, you'll find Christian shrines that are dedicated to Mary and that they're often visited by Muslim pilgrims. Although it is very frowned upon by the Salafi Wahhabi branches of Sunni Islam, which by the way is the official form of Islam in Saudi Arabia, the practice however still exists and it has ancient roots, and many Muslims still around the world do visit these shrines to Mary. And the final thing about Mary in the religion of Islam that I want to share in this episode is that Mary is known by various names. Like I mentioned, Fatima was given a name, the illustrious, but Mary is also given certain titles in Islam. She's called Kanita, and Mary is called this in Surah 66 verses 12, and this means constant submission to God, and it also refers to her being fully devoted in prayer. Like I mentioned earlier in this episode, she was very dedicated to her religion and was constantly in the prayer chamber all the time. Mary is also known as Siddiqa. That means she who confirms the truth, or she who has faith. Mary is called Siddiqa twice in the Quran, as a matter of fact, in Surah 5 verses 73 to 75, and she's also called that in Surah 66 verses 12. Then there is Sajida, she who prostrates to God in worship. That's also a title for Mary. Rakia is another title, and that means she who bows down to God in worship. Tahira is also another title, and that means she who is purified. Mustafia is she who was chosen, and then the final name is Sa'ima, meaning she who fasts. It's believed that Mary actually fasted for 1/2 of the year in certain Muslim schools of thought. Alright guys, so that's it for this episode about 10 surprising facts about Mary according to the religion of Islam.
So first off, a very big shout out to the original content creator. Do make sure you check them out, give them a like, subscribe and share. A very big shout out to you guys for suggesting this. We've heard of Mary in the Christian religion, but to hear it in Islam as well and how she's depicted in that, we didn't know a lot of this stuff. So thanks guys for reaching out and telling us to check this out. We feel we've come away with a lot more. We didn't realise she had many titles in Islam. What did you think of that, Neil?
Yeah, it's good to see the similarities between the two of them, because some people have come into our comment section and said that Christians and Islam, it does overlap every now and again. So it's good to see where the similarities do come from.
Yep. So of course guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If there's anything you want to add to this, or maybe there might be something that might have been missed on the 10 facts about Mary, let us know in the comments down below. And if there's anything further you want us to check out, also let us know. And that has been our 2 cents, and we will chop ourselves out of this.